Today, we're going to talk about that defensive elephant in the room as it relates to the NFL draft in Oklahoma and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, we're going to talk about the thing that I know most of you don't want to hear about, but we keep it 100 here because that's what kinfolk do, that's what family do. And that is not a single defensive player from the University of Oklahoma has been invited to the 2019 NFL Draft. 8 players, fourth most among any team in college football. Not a one of them plays on the defensive side. Now, you can make the argument, and I would, that, hey, man, we return a lot of starters on that defensive side of the ball, from Neville Gallimore to Kenneth Murray Jr. to Parnell Motley, as much as y'all don't like him, to Trey Brown, to others, right? To Robert Barnes, who got trucked, right? We were young last year. RJ, we had dudes like Kenneth Mann coming into their own. We had a true freshman, Ronnie Perkins, showing out. We're still trying to figure out what the 5-star corner in Brendan Buki Radley House can do. Yeah, that's true. Cool. If that keeps you warm and fuzzy. But I looked at a guy like Caleb Kelly when he decided to commit and sign with Oklahoma, and I thought as a 5-star linebacker, he'd be one of those guys that we'd be talking about and needs to make a decision about whether or not he wants to leave early. I also thought the same thing about Ricky DeBerry. You know what happened to Ricky DeBerry? He got run off. And you know where he got run off to? Towson. We're talking about other guys that Oklahoma absolutely wanted to come play football there that end up going elsewhere that are going to be in this combine. So, yes, we could talk about the regime change that needed to happen and was a few years too late. Maybe even 2 years too late, because you're looking at a team that quite literally could have won 2 national titles back-to-back had the defensive coordinator not been the defensive coordinator that be one Mike Stoops. And now you got Alex Grinch pulling strings, calling shots, probably going to put a version of a 3-4 out there, but it'll be different. It'll be a different scheme. It'll be different schematically. It'll be different in the way that it's called. It'll be different in the way that the kids interpret who is telling them what to do. That said, I look at this group and I wonder which one of these guys on the defense today can I expect to be into the 2020 NFL Combine? That's the question. Do enough people look at Kenneth Murray Jr. and his 155 tackles from last year and think, hey, that dude should come out next year? He could absolutely be a Mike linebacker, a Will linebacker at the next level. Do they do the same thing about Parnell Motley? How about Robert Barnes? How about Buki? Right? We can keep going with this. There's lots of guys on that defense, Kenneth Mann, where we would wonder out loud, are these guys the kind of guys that the NFL thinks that they need? Are they part of the top 2% that get scraped off the top every year and put into the highest level of professional football? I don't think so. Not today. Not this February, as we're talking about the guys that are going into the NFL draft. And I wonder if that's going to weigh on Alex Grinch at all, because that's part of the deal here. It's not just that you get to be the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma, it's that you are expected to produce like the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma. And that is not just to compete for championships. We won 4 Big 12 titles in a row before you got here while carrying Mike Stoops' dead body. All right? That's not what it is here. What it is here is competing for national championships and putting guys into the NFL, because that is the great divide when we're talking about what Oklahoma does defensively and the NFL, okay? I've said it once, I'll say it again. You had 90 players from the SEC get invited to the combine. You got 33 from the Big 12. That's the chasm. 8 of those 33 go to Oklahoma. Cool, fine. All 8 are on the offensive side of the ball. We know what Lincoln Riley can do. That's why he's getting paid the money he's getting paid. We know what Bill Bedenbaugh can do. That's why he's getting paid the money he's getting paid. Now, I want to see what Alex Grinch can do, right? I think that Lincoln went out and he got a guy that could do the job. But let's not forget, it's not just that we expect a good to decent defense. We expect a good to decent defense to yield NFL talent. And quite literally, we want it to be seen in the first and second round of the NFL draft. The guys falling to the 5th round ain't what we're here for. All right? We're talking about the highest drafted dude in a while being Zach Sanchez, and that guy's washed out into the Alliance. Now, no disrespect to Zach Sanchez. He had 15 INTs in 3 years. And if he played for a 4th year, odds are he breaks Darrell Royals' all-time interception record of 18 at Oklahoma. But again, where are the Minka Fitzpatricks? Where are the DeAndre Bakers? Where are the 3 stars like DeAndre Baker that got groomed into a Paycom Jim Thorpe Award winner? Where are those guys at Oklahoma? Where's the last time you could look back and say, hey, Roy Williams, that's the kind of dude that we put in the league? It's been a while. And it's something that we're going to have to deal with starting right now as we look at this group in the NFL Combine and we look at what's on the roster and coming into the coffers at Oklahoma. These dudes all want to play in the NFL. Now let's see if Alex Grinch can develop them into the kind of dudes that play in the NFL. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.